Okay, welcome to the first ever Formula One 2012 of this season. I am Ryan, and this is the America in Austin, Texas. I'm expected to finish in 10th for this race, even though I have got position number 1 in the grid. For this race, I will be in the Williams F1 car, for they are a local team to me, and I support them very greatly. My setup, of course, I'm going slightly higher with a little bit less downforce as a little substitution for a little extra speed. Okay. And here we are about to start off and go off to the grid positioning.
Ready.
Okay, and we are clear to leave. So yes, as I said, here we are on the grid for the race in America. Got quite a few decent opponents in this track. I'm not going to lie, this will be very hard for me. As shown behind those, everyone behind me, I have no one to the side of me, as I am in P1 on the grid. I'm in pole. Start revving up the engines to full, and come on, and we are off. I use up about half of my curves on the starting stretch to help myself pull away. Okay, and up on the first corner, I am shunted wide by what appeared to be a McLaren, who is now up in P1 with a Ferrari up behind him. Someone up right up my ass. Of course, I was going much too fast for that corner, and I did take it wide and let the Red Bull through. Coming up to the corner, and I am yet again with someone right up beside me, and I do believe that is a HRT come up, and what I do know is he is very aggressive, and he managed to hit me in the back wheel, spinning me into the wall sideways, whereas someone then also does the same as me and nearly crashes into me. What a cheeky McLaren! They're in a yellow flag, no overtaking, yet he clearly overtook. So there was quite a bit of contact with him, because I wasn't really expecting him to be there. Okay, trying to come up on the HRT, even though the bloated from the McLaren has gone straight past me, and there is quite a lot of contact. He swerves into my front wheel. Right behind, trying to get the slipstream to overtake him, but I managed to just clip his back wheels and send him a little bit too far, whereas the McLaren does exactly the same to me. It's absolute carnage out here. Just people being violent and hitting everywhere. There's another McLaren that has gone wide on that corner, and me with no front wing, I'm now struggling to get through this winding section of the course. I cheekily cut through that corner and get no penalty for it, but that Force India appears to just pull away no problem. I have to go easy around the throttle around here to try and keep me under speed, because without my front wing I have got much less downforce, so much less turning. So I thought, okay, carbon everywhere, I'm pulling into the pits to try and get a repair. I actually clipped the wall on the way into the pits, which is awkward, and I have a McLaren right up behind me also doing the same, and someone else also behind him. So there's 3 of us in the pits in close succession. Now it's just a case of who can get through the pits the fastest and not worry about it. I've pulled in, going through, and come on. 5.466 seconds, and McLaren is pretty much exactly behind me as we entered. I switched to the rich fuel mix to try and help pull out a little bit more of this race. A little bit of a warning on that corner, but oh well. The rest of that was pretty boring, so I've skipped forward a bit more. Did again. And I've made an absolute rookie mistake, and I have gunned... Oh no, the McLaren has gone up too fast. I've also span out and span into the McLaren. Whereas then I get moaned at by my team to stop the aggression. Where it wasn't really my fault, it was just me being an absolute noob. So here the chase starts, but I kind of realise that I'm going nowhere, so yet again, there will be another transition in the video. Come out on the straight, and I nearly spin out on the straight again, but I managed to recover. Back on the rich fuel mix to try and get a bit of space, and DRS has been enabled now, So hopefully I will be able to get close to him and I will be able to close the gap. But strangely enough, I do not. There's a big group of cars and I have spun out again. Oh my god. I've given it too much around the corner and I have lost it yet again. Every time I have picked up more time and more positions in this race, I have done an absolute rookie error and I spin it every single time. Coming out on that HRT again, and I managed to take him out on the inside of the corner, braking a little bit later. He managed to go a lot wider than me, but then he pulls into the pit lane anyway to get some repairs done. Coming back down onto the home straight into lap 4. Hit late into the lap 4, I come into the first corner, and yet again, I've pulled up to P9 back from 12, which isn't that impressive, but oh my god, I have done it again. I have span out once again. Oh god, this is just an absolute terrible, terrible match. Span out multiple times, heavy collisions. This just has not gone well for Williams at all. Not one little bit. At least I'm still above my expected finishing position. Okay, coming up to the final corner of lap 4. Coming up onto the final lap. Power it down straight with a little bit of a KERS boost. Make sure I'm still on a rich. Try and close that gap between me and P8, even though there is a plus 12.8 seconds. Okay, open that map. Okay, coming onto the straight on lap 5. There's something I do not realise, that my fuel warning light is on. And as shown here, I start to run out of fuel down the straight. My engine loses performance and it sounds absolutely terrible. But this is when I forgot I was using the rich fuel mix for nearly the entire race. Therefore, leaving me with no option apart to switch out to the lean fuel mix. And I actually have -1 laps of fuel, so I should have ran out of fuel 1 lap ago. There was a Red Bull that takes my inside in the corner and I cannot close up to him. It is just a physical impossibility with my engine how it is. This is just an absolute disaster. From pole position in the grid down to 11th. This is just absolute bad news for the Williams for the entire event. Nothing has gone well at all. I managed to crawl across the line in 11th. Thank you again. I have been Ryan. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.